Hey guys, Dan here coming at you with an all-new video. I am in my car, which means I am going to be unboxing something. Got my awesome crocheted black hat with green skull. Pokemon Harry Potter hybrid t-shirt. Picked this up about a year and a half ago on T-Fury. So let's just jump right into this day because this is something that I am really excited to do. Now, one thing that I have never kept a secret from people is that I am a huge fan of retro gaming, very well evidenced by my series Dan Fails At, which I will put a link to in the description below, which is where I fail at retro video games. But there's a lot of retro video games that I'm good at. When I was growing up, I had a Nintendo Entertainment System, a Nintendo 64, and then we jumped into the GameCube. I missed the Super Nintendo era, and we were a Nintendo household, so I never had a Sega Genesis. So, I want to say about a year ago, I was, wandering around, and I found this little device in stores called the Retron 3. Now, the Retron 3 is one of the greatest gaming devices I have ever seen. This is capable of playing 3 different systems, all selectable by this little click wheel that's here. And this is what's considered a Famicom. Basically what that means is it will play Nintendo Entertainment System games, Super Nintendo games, and Sega Genesis games. And then you just select the system with a little thing, turn it on, and you can do it. It came with these wireless controllers that aren't very great. They hook into the, they don't hook into, but they use the IR sensor. I'm not a fan of the controllers that this came with. This was one of its weakest points. But you'll notice it's got ports on 3 sides, and those ports are for Nintendo Entertainment System controllers, Super Nintendo controllers, and Sega Genesis controllers. Now, I recently decided to take this and move it from the living room into my room, which is where I do most of my gaming. This device plays retro games. Works great on our living room TV, which is a 1080p Insignia television, and it works great on the television that is located in my parents' room, which is an old CRT. However, the television in my room, it doesn't want to work with. It's not that this is a bad system, it's more so that I have a bad TV. My TV doesn't support the, I believe it's 240p is the output of the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and I believe the NES. So I can't really use this on that TV. The NES side works. I don't know if that's because it's upscaling it to 480 or what's going on there. But the other 2 sides don't work with composite out on my television. I was going to hook it up by S-Video, because it's got the S-Video port, and I've heard that gives you superior quality on the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis games. But of course, my TV also does not have an S-Video port. This is a problem for me because I enjoy playing these games and exposing myself to all the great games of the past. And just so you know, it's not a console issue, it is a TV issue, is the fact that I can't get my N64 to work on that TV either. However, that one I'm just going to pop in the living room for now and be done with it. Because I found a device that's going to fix most of my issues. No, I did not buy a Framemeister. If you guys looked at the title of the video up there or down there or wherever YouTube has it this week, I am doing an unboxing for you guys because I just had delivered in the mail my brand new Retron 5. Right, Retron 5. Just trying to make sure you can really see. I went with the all black with the purple accents, but I'll talk about that in a second. So if the Retron 3 plays Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo games, what does the Retron 5 play? Well, I'm just going to read you right off the back of the box so you know exactly what this plays, because this plays a lot. So the Retron 5 has multi-system compatibility. The Retron 5 allows you to play your favorite NES, SNES, Super Famicom, Genesis, Mega Drive, Famicom, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance cartridges on one system. You can also play Master System games with the use of the power-based converter. Come on! Look at that. Who does that? Who does that? Success. So let's see what we have. We have the power adapter, which really does not look like it is set up all that much better than the one from the Retron 3. However, this one is a switchable model. You can actually take this off, and depending on what country you're in, you can actually put one of the other adapters in, which is a nice feature that they added because there are people all across the world that want to be able to buy this. And what I was going to say when I was unboxing it, but you couldn't really tell because I decided to speed that portion up because it took so long, is that the Retron 5 is superior to the Retron 3. With the Retron 5, they're actually going for 100% compatibility, and they're at like 97 and some odd percent. So I'm really excited to see if they actually reach 100%, but a lot of the problem games from the 3 were definitely fixed for the 5 based on what I've seen online. Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse, the Mode 7 games from Super Nintendo, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven Stars, and I think even Virtua Racing. Now, we also have, this is a micro USB, and this is this is an HDMI cable. I'm guessing the micro USB is going to be for the controller to charge it. Yeah, that'll plug in right there. This is the controller that comes with this. I'm gonna try this out. This is a Bluetooth controller, but I've heard that this controller is not so hot. But fortunately, this is a Retron, so of course there are going to be ports for other controllers. And actually, this one, from what I've heard in other reviews and read online, they actually handle the controllers really interestingly on this one, and that's in a good way. Before I show you the star of the show, it came with the instruction manual, and it looks like I got some Hyperkin stickers with it too. Yeah. Sweet! Sweetness. So here is the star of our show. This is the Retron 5. Now, this is much more straightforward than all the other ones. So what we have here, like I said, I got the all black with the purple highlights. On the front of the unit, we have a power button, and we have the Game Boy slot. It's labeled GBA, but it'll play all the different GBA games. On the top, we have a slot for Famicom games, NES games, the Nintendo Entertainment System, Super Nintendo, and Genesis. Now, the Super Famicom games, if I'm not mistaken, will work in the Super Nintendo slot. And then the Famicom games will fit over here. Famicom is the Japanese Nintendo release. I'm going to be going online to try and pick up some Famicom games because I really want to try out the Japanese compatibility. One thing I found out about this is you can actually patch games with this and translate games. Like, I could buy the Super Famicom version of Chrono Trigger and play it on here because it'll be... I can translate it. I can download a patch and translate it. Now, it looks like they have indicator lights to tell you which system you're using. Then, back here, this thing over here is actually a holding spot for the controller. So that can sit in there, which is good because I'm going to be using my controllers that I bought when I bought the Retron 3 for all of these different things. And it's got little covers over the different controller ports. That's nice, keeps dust out of them. And it's got Genesis 1, NES 1, and SNES 1. On the other side is SNES 2, NES 2, and Genesis 2. And what's interesting about this is you can actually use the different controllers with the different systems on this one. So, like, I can play a Genesis game with a Super Nintendo controller, or I can play the Game Boy games with a Nintendo controller, that's awesome. Then, finally, on the back, we have the SD card slot, which is where firmware updates go. The cheat database goes in there. and any patches that you download can go in there. Then there is an HDMI port, which is going to be, of course, for hooking this into the TV. AC adapter slot, which is going to be plugging into the wall. Then I'm assuming that the USB is going to be for charging the controller. That's my guess. That's what I think. I don't know. I gotta read the manual. Then I'll know. So that pretty much wraps that up for this Retron 5 unboxing video. I'm really looking forward to heading inside now and getting this set up so I can give it a test run. I've heard really good things about this. And I'm probably going to come back in about a week or two and do a video with my impressions on it. I'd really like to get my hands on some Famicom and Super Famicom games before I do a final impressions video, just because I want to experience every aspect of the system. As always, if you guys want to follow me on Twitter to get updates on everything I'm doing, that's twitter.com/DanStransky. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my username on there is HollywoodLights1992. Please hit the subscribe button down below. I'm starting to do a lot of gameplay content now. More so with my Xbox One, but as soon as I get my hands on an Elgato, I'll definitely be recording content off of this as well. And of course, you know, you guys just keep letting your geek fly and enjoy your gaming. Until next time, this is Dan, signing off. Jesus, I look like Rudolph.